Hello everybody, I'm Felicia and I'm looking forward to doing some Pilates with you today. We are going to do stability for our core with this little guy, this ball. If you do not have one of these balls, you can go underneath the video and I do have a link and you can order it off of the Amazon, okay? But it's a lot of fun, but it's also could be a little bit tricky. So I'm going to do, a couple different levels. So then you can have like your arms on the floor or you can have them up. Of course, if you take the arms up into the air, guess what happens? It's less stability and you're going to move around on the ball. And so just make sure that you go deeper into the body in order to get that stability. All right? It's just like anything else in life. You want to go from the inside out, not from the outside in. Okay? All right. So I'm going to come to the side. Make sure your good old ball is by you. And we're going to put our hands onto the back of your thigh, scooping out the belly, rocking off the sit bones, coming all the way down to the mat. Bringing one knee into the chest and then the other, and just rocking back and forth to massage the back. Putting one foot onto the floor and then the other, and then you're going to reach for your good old ball. You're going to do a nice little bridge to put the ball underneath your pelvis. So breathing in and out. Scooping out the belly, pressing the feet and the arms into the floor as you lift up the pelvis. Take the good old ball and put it underneath your pelvis, okay? Now, I'm keeping my arms down by the side, and you're gonna bring one knee into the chest and then the other. Now, just feel onto the ball a little bit because you're gonna move back and forth. Try to go into that belly even more, so then you can be nice and stable onto the ball. We're going to extend the legs up towards the ceiling and then just bring them down to the 45 and then press in the lower belly without clenching at the front of the thigh to come up towards the ceiling. So breathing in to go down, to come up. All right, and when those legs go down, make sure that you don't pop those ribs up too. So belly in, ribs in, nice and stable on the ball and coming all the way up. Now, if you want to, as you're doing this, coming down and up, you can bring the arms up towards the ceiling, fingertips reaching upward. And just if you're doing this, you take away the stability, right? So it's a little bit harder on that ball. So breathing in and out. Breathing in and out. Using your breath, navels into the spine. So we're going to do one more and we're going to hold out. So we're going to hold out on the 45. Now we're going to bend the knees into the chest and then extending the toes up towards the ceiling. And then coming down to that 45. So bending those knees into the chest, coming up towards the center, really feeling stable onto that ball by going into those abs even more to come down to the 45. So breathing in and out, breathing in and out, and up, and down, and in, back up. Let's reverse it. So coming in and out, and then coming up and bending those knees. And coming back out, coming up to the 45, and then up and down. Good, let's do a couple more. Good. Use that breath, navels into the spine. Make sure those ribs are in. Really feeling that belly in and going down deep into the body so then you can stay stable on that ball. Let's just do one more. Good. Now we're going to take one leg and extend it down. Good. Now we're going to just do a switch. Good. Now you're moving the legs independently of the other. So you have a possibility that you might go a little bit more onto the, and now we're going to switch the legs back and forth. Now, you're moving the legs independently of each other, but while you're doing that, you're also trying to keep the hips moving from side to side, which is also harder to stay stable on the ball, okay? Using your breath, navel's into the spine, and switch, and switch. Now, if you have your arms up, we're going to make it a little bit harder, and we're going to move the arms, same arm as leg comes back, and switch. Using your breath, navel's into the spine. Now, since you're moving the arms and the legs at the same time, it's going to be even harder on the core and feeling stable onto that ball, okay? Using your breath. Good. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bringing both legs up. Arms just up by the ceiling if you're using them. Of course, you could always have them down by your side. And now we're going to do little circles out and around. And again, we're using the legs independently, but it's hard because if you're moving your hips, you're also going to be wiggling on that ball. So you have to go even more into the lower belly in order to stay stable, right? So the legs also are moving independently on themselves, as I said before, but within the hip socket. Okay? Breathing in and out. Good. And 5 and 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. And of course, guess what? We are going to go in reverse. Good. Using your breath, feeling those legs moving within the hips, not moving the hips side to side, and trying to stay stable on that ball. It's getting harder and harder, right? So staying stable on that ball, using your breath, and 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bringing those knees into the chest, and then bringing one foot down and then the other foot down. Now, taking the hips up as you take the ball out from underneath of you, putting your hands by the side, and then just coming down one vertebra at a time, slowly onto the mat. Good. Let's just do a couple of bridges just like that to maneuver through the spine. Also, just kind of feel through our hips as well. So breathing in and out. Pressing the arms and hands and feet into the floor as you lift those hips, coming all the way up to the tips of the shoulder blades. You also feel a nice stretch through the front of the body since we are using our core. You should feel a nice little stretch there. Breathing in and out. And slowly coming down one vertebra at a time to rest the tailbone. We'll do one more just like that. Breathing in and out. Pressing the arms, hands, and feet into the floor, scooping out the belly. One vertebra at a time, slowly comes up to the tips of the shoulder blades. Breathing in and out. And slowly coming back down, feeling a stretch in between each vertebra to rest the tailbone onto the mat. Then bringing one knee into the chest and then the other, and just rocking left to right. Putting your hands behind your thigh, and we're going to roll up, breathing in and out. Rolling ourselves all the way up to a seated position. So I just want to say thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you feel that your core is nice and, I guess you used it. You went down deep into it because we were on this ball and you had to keep your stability, so you had to go even deeper into the belly. Please join me for more videos in the future. I would really appreciate any subscribes, likes, and comments. Thank you so much and have a great day.